I think you should do the intro this time.
Oh.
I mean, say what you want.
I don't know what I want to say.
Yeah, I mean, I'll count you in when we're ready.
Oh, I don't know what I want to say.
There's
too much pressure.
Have a wee think.
Oh no, I don't like it.
have a wee think, and I'll just make sure everything is.
What could I say?
You could just you could sing Country Roads.
No.
You know. No.
No. I'm not
Country
feeling that.
roads.
Absolutely not.
Take me home.
Never.
To the place where I belong.
West Virginia. No,
Yes.
absolutely not. Hello and welcome to the Snapshot.podcast with me, Courtney, and this one over here.
Bit rude, but I'll take that.
I mean,
I have a name.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Hi.
Hello.
Welcome.
You okay?
Hello.
How you been?
Grand. I've been great. Yeah, how are you?
I mean, can't complain.
Yeah.
Been another busy month.
It's been busy, yeah.
But good busy.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of outings.
Yes.
And I've got a new job.
You do?
I do.
A very early one.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's still quite new. But
Yeah.
it's good though. Good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a teaching assistant now.
Passing the knowledge on to the youths.
That's a bad idea. That's a bad idea. Tell you what, the things that like you hear and see in these schools, like I don't think I've told you this story. So I was in one school on a trial day. I'm sat with this kid. I don't want to use like real names and stuff like that. So we'll say this kid is called Leo.
Okay.
All right.
It's a very specific fake name. I love it.
It's just
Leo.
the first that came. So I'm sat with Leo because he's quite, active and he needs, to be kept on task and focused and whatever. And we're learning about like texts, like, to recognize bits in text, like this is the title, this is a paragraph, this is a subheading, that sort of stuff.
Cool.
And then we're in the middle of the lesson and then there's just like a bing bong on like the timer system. And it's like, attention year 2. A special bit of correspondence has arrived at the office. Miss whatever her face will be bringing it down shortly.
Oh.
And I'm like, okay.
Okay.
And all the kids are going, what? Yes! Oh my god! And the teacher, he's like, hey, whoa, calm down. Hey, listen, yeah, he'll get it when he gets there. Calm down. And the kids are like, ah! And this kid, Leo next to me, he's like, it's the Queen! And I'm like, I'm sorry?
It's definitely not, but okay.
He's like, it's the Queen! And I'm like, why would it be the Queen, Leo? He's like, we found her knickers. I'm like, I'm sorry? Did you? Yeah.
Oh.
It's like, we found her knickers, it's the Queen. I'm like, whatever you say, my guy.
I feel like she can just afford to buy more, to be honest.
Well,
I don't think she'd need to pop back and get them.
But I was like, yeah, you know what? Fair play. If that's what you've done.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Who am I to judge?
Absolutely.
Little one.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, we carry on, and then one of the other teachers, she comes in with a letter, and it's like a scroll with like a ribbon round.
Amazing.
It's like, a royal decree.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she passes it off to the teacher, and he unravels it, and he reads it, and he goes, "Dear Year 2," and you can't see this at home, but I'm like holding my arms as if I've opened up a scroll, like, and he's like, "Dear Year 2, thank you so much for finding my woolly knickers, which I needed in this cold weather." And little Leo's like, I knew it, I knew it, like I knew it was the Queen. And actually, addendum, before he read the thing, the teacher comes in and she goes, I saw like a carriage, like like in Cinderella, like where it's just a carriage. I saw it going away. And like, because like, was it horses? And it's like, well, I didn't see, but I heard the clippity clops, and I can only assume. And Leo's like, I knew it was the Queen, right? And then she goes, I don't know if it is the Queen, but she's like, it smells royal.
Oh, wow. Wow.
And she passes it to this other kid. It's like, smell that. Does that smell royal to you? And he's going, yeah, it does, yeah. Meanwhile, Leo's like, that's not possible. How does it smell royal? That's not. Also, he's year 2. I don't know why he sounds.
Yeah, I don't know why he sounds like a 50-year-old man.
But he's like, he's got the strongest man accent. But he's like, no, how's that possible? It can't smell. That's not possible. And then the other kid's like, yeah, no, it does, yeah. And he's like, yo, let me smell there now. He's like, smell like the Queen. And then, yeah, so the teacher's like, he's reading it, and he's going like, oh, thank you so much, Year 2, for finding my woolly knickers, which I needed in this cold weather. Leo's like, I knew it, I knew it, right? And then it just goes on and on, and then she's like, I hear you've been learning about India, and I'm going to India for the first time. I was like, that's definitely not true.
I don't think she is.
It's like, I'm going to India for the first time. If you could send me some notes, some tips and tricks, that'd be really helpful. So then we all go sit on the floor and we'll learn about India. And then the end of this story is that we learned that the most rainfall in India is in like May, I think it was.
Okay.
And so the teacher goes, if the Queen goes to India in May, and it's got the most rainfall, what do you think she'll need? And this kid puts something, goes, her waterproof knickers. And I'm like, oh wow. Oh wow. And then the teacher's like, I mean, yeah, or a coat,
a coat
or an
nice.
umbrella,
yeah,
also works. But
wow,
yeah, but no, it's really enjoyable. I do like being a teaching assistant and helping them out. It's really nice. But I don't know why that kid had the strongest accent known to man.
It was very intense.
But speaking of accents, segue.
I love it.
I mentioned to you yesterday, because we went to go see Mother Courage last night.
We did.
Which we'll get onto in the second half.
Oh, we will.
But I mentioned how the New York Times had uploaded this sort of British and Irish dialect quiz, which I've done, and it came out very mank. But you've not done it.
Shocker.
You've not done it. So I wanted to do it with you.
Yeah.
On the podcast. So, first question.
Okay.
Were you or were you not raised in Ireland or the UK?
I was not raised in Ireland.
But you were raised in the UK?
But I was raised in the UK.
Okay. Okay. First question. Which of these words, if any, choose all that apply, would you use for a piece of long cushioned furniture in the main room of a house? So you've got some options.
Okay.
Would you call it a seat? Would you call it a sofa? Would you call it an armchair? Would you call it a settee? Would you call it a chaise lounge? Would you call it a divan? Divan? A lounge? Would you call it a Chesterfield? Would you call it a suite? Or would you call it a couch?
All of those are absolutely disgusting. Bar couch.
So just couch?
Just couch, yes.
You don't want suite?
I do not.
Or settee?
Chaise lounge.
You don't want a chaise lounge?
No.
No, don't want sofa?
No, I don't.
Do you want to submit your own? Is there something else that you call it in the Courtney household?
No, it's just the couch.
Just the couch?
Yeah.
Alright, next question. So that's question 1 of 25. Right now, you are hard Ireland, quite Scottish, not very southern though.
Oh.
Which is good.
That's good. We're getting there.
How do you refer to your mother? Mainly by her first name, which is horrific.
Yeah.
But other than that, do you say mammy?
Ew.
Do you say mummy?
Ew.
Because you're 4. Do you say madre because you're Spanish?
Cool, yeah.
Do you say old one, AULD? I think that's quite Scottish. Do you say mam? Do you say ma? Mum? Old dear? Mommy? More, MAW? Mama? Mom? Or old lady?
One I would get absolutely screamed at if I ever referred to her as an old lady. So it's mum and nothing but.
Not mum?
No.
Just mum.
I sometimes say mum if I'm talking about her, obviously because we live in here, but I would never call her mum to her face because she wouldn't be happy.
So just mum?
Just mum.
Not mammy?
Absolutely never mummy.
I think that's quite Irish, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So just mum. Okay, so you're quite, Durhamish.
Okay.
Right now.
Okay.
So which of these words, if any, and you can choose all that apply, would you use for a child's soft shoe worn for PE? Would you call them trainers? Would you call them sannies? Would you call them daps? Would you call them slippers, tackies, plimsolls, pumps, runners, running shoes, sneakers, gutties, gym shoes, tennis shoes, sand shoes, or just shoes?
I would just say trainers.
But what they're referring to, I don't think is a a trainer that you would wear out and about. Do you want me to just show you what they mean?
Yeah.
On like Google image.
Yeah.
Other image searches are available.
Confused.
Because for that one I did not pick trainer.
Right.
Because it's not what I would refer to as a trainer.
Right, okay.
When I was in primary school I was forced to wear these and it was the worst
Is
thing
it like
ever.
a plimsoll? Like, like the... Well, no, I'll have a look.
Okay. It's kind of like a plimsoll, but not in the same way of like, so let's find ones that are similar to what I would wear when I was in... Yeah, so it was like, oh good lord. Oh, that's bad memories.
You triggered. That's a plimsoll. Yeah.
That's a plimsoll to you, is it?
Yeah.
What's not a plimsoll to me?
What did you call it?
We called them pumps.
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 Wow.
We called them pumps. So for you, that's a plimsoll.
Yeah, it's a plimsoll.
Nothing else, just a plimsoll?
Plimsoll or trainer.
Or a trainer?
Yeah.
You'd still call it a trainer?
Yeah.
Shocking behaviour. Oh, my iPad's freaking out. Right, there we go.
Oh.
Next. You're quite southern now.
Oh.
For someone
no,
who
go
constantly,
back, go back.
For someone who constantly makes fun of everyone else who is living any more south than Durham, you're quite southern right now.
It's not the north.
Right. Which of these words, if any, would you use for not showing up for school or work?
Right.
Mitch. Your face. Wag off.
Wow.
Dog it.
Oh, okay.
Dos.
DOS, yeah.
Nick off. Skive off. Because your face for a lot of these.
Skive is right.
Dog off. Ditch. Play hooky. On the dag. On the beak. Skip. Bunk off. On the hop. Twag. And on the duck.
So we use skive.
Skive
and
off.
we use bunk off.
Bunk off. Do you want DOS or?
I wouldn't DOS off school. DOS to me is like
Being lazy and not doing it.
yeah, lounging around and stuff.
Okay.
Like you could
It's
have
not
a
DOS house.
Yeah.
Like everyone's mum used to say.
Yeah.
Whereas it's not DOS house.
Or you might have like a DOS lesson where you like literally just go in and don't do anything and you just chill.
Okay.
But like I wouldn't say I would DOS off school.
You might skive off to DOS.
Yes.
But you wouldn't DOS off.
Exactly.
Okay. This will be a good one.
Okay.
How do you pronounce the words full and fool? They sound different. They sound the same. So there's the words there. Full as in, the car is full. And fool as in, you're a massive fool, April Fools.
So the car is full
Uh-huh.
and you're a massive fool.
So they sound different.
Sound different.
Okay. They sound different. Right now you're still really southern, by the way.
Am I?
I mean,
Ew.
the only thing you're not right now is the Republic of Ireland. There's
Oh,
bits
I'd
of
love to
Northern
be
Ireland.
Irish.
It's quite southern. There's a bit of Scottish. There's some northeast in there, but it's not very strong.
I'm really struggling.
So they sound different. Okay, so now you're not Scottish at all,
Right.
and now you're hard Irish and hard England.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so speaking of fools, which of these words, if any, choose all to apply, would you use for someone you think is stupid?
Oh, here we go.
So, Charlie, Burke,
Burke. Oh, it's bringing back some memories.
moron, gowl, idiot, numpty, dope, Egypt, dummy, thick, twip, TWP.
Twerp. Yeah.
It's not twerp though, it's just
Twip.
twip. Wazzock, that's one down here.
Right.
Pillock, that's what my dad used to use, and plank.
Plank.
Pillock and plank were ones that dad liked. Doze, and then my personal favourite, because
Yeah.
I'm very Mancunian, melt.
Wow.
That is a big one down here. You absolute melt.
Melt.
Like if you're like ask like Jen, who's like even more mank than I am
Yeah.
from university. Like if someone like she would all the time be like, you're a massive melt. Absolute melt.
Ew.
Melt behaviour.
Wow.
Right, so which ones do you want?
Can I have a little look at the list? So obviously Burke is one.
Okay, so Burke.
Thick. Yeah, you're thick.
Thick.
Obviously, like, you're an idiot.
You're an idiot.
And that's probably about it, to be honest.
No pillocks, no planks.
No.
No melts.
Absolutely not. Never
No
a melt.
melts. Any that you want to add?
No.
I'm going to actually add one.
Oh, yeah?
Because this is one that I use.
Right.
But this is more for Mank than Durham. We're trying to get it done. But I'm going to put it in anyway. When someone's an idiot, I call them a massive danger.
Oh, yes, you do.
Yeah.
Yes, you do.
You're a danger.
Yeah.
You're a danger. So
No,
I'm gonna,
I would not use that.
so we've added danger. Okay, now you're sort of spotted around just England.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so how do you pronounce the words horse, as in giddy up, and horse, as in my throat hurts? They sound the same, they sound different.
Absolutely the same. Horse and horse. Like, I'm going to go for a ride on a horse, and my throat feels really hoarse.
Okay, no, that was the same.
The same.
Okay, how do you pronounce the words but and put? So as in, I'm gonna let you finish, but let me put this here.
I'm gonna let you finish, but let me put this here.
The same?
Yeah.
Okay, so they rhyme.
Yeah.
They rhyme. Okay, now you're hard Republic of Ireland and sort of Middle England up.
Okay.
Like Leicester up.
Okay.
Okay, which of these words would you use, if any, choose all that apply, for someone who is moody?
Okay.
Would you say, Courtney, miserable? Mardy. That's one down here.
Mardy.
That's one Dad had. Miserable, mardy, sulky, crabby, pissed off, cranky, grumpy, narky, arsey, crabbit, or stroppy?
Stroppy.
Stroppy.
Being arsey, yeah.
Arsey. Pissed off is pretty
Pissed
universal.
off, yeah.
Miserable, mardy, sulky, crabby.
I always say fuming, so I feel like that's not on the list.
We'll add that, shall we? And we're going to add fuming.
They're fuming. Like,
Fuming.
yeah.
Yeah, we use that all the time. Fuming.
Fuming.
Right. Oh. Oh. What is happening?
Oh.
Look at what's happening right now on my iPad.
Oh.
It's all gone a bit. I don't even want the keyboard. Okay. Next. Okay, now you're like hard England, a bit Scotland, no Irish in there.
Okay.
Right, for this, I have no idea.
Right.
I'll read what I put last
Okay.
for this one. What do you call the small grey bug that curls up into a ball when it's touched?
The small grey bug.
That curls up into a ball when it's touched. Do you call it a grub? Do you call it a fat pig? Do you call it a roly-poly? A pea bug? A chicky pig? A hairy molly? A cheese log? A cheesy bug? A pill bug? A wood bug? A wood louse? A potato bug?
Oh.
A centipede? A slater? Or, my answer, I don't know what that is.
Well, for one, woodlouses aren't grey. They're like black.
Mm-hmm.
Centipedes are completely
Have you ever touched a woodlouse? Does it curl up when you give it a poke?
It does, actually. It could be a woodlouse. But whereas centipedes are completely different because they're long with all the little legs. We'll go woodlouse because that was the first one I recognised.
Okay, I just put, I don't know what that is. Okay, which of these, if any, would you use for a heavy rainfall?
Oh.
Bucketing down? Pelting down? Chucking it down? Raining cats and dogs? Throwing it down? Lashing? Tipping down? Pouring? Pissing down?
Oh, quite a few of these. Can I have a
Okay.
look? So, it's chucking it down.
Mm-hmm.
It is lashing down.
Mm-hmm.
Pouring down.
Mm-hmm.
Pissing down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's about it.
I would use throwing it down.
Throwing it down.
No one for you?
No.
Okay, next. We're about halfway through nearly.
Okay.
And you are just everywhere. Okay, the words door, as in shut the door, and poor, as in I'm really poor.
No, door and paw, yeah.
Okay.
But, oh no, actually. I would say poor. As in poorly. Wait, no, would I? I don't know. I say door, but then I would either say poor or I'd say poorly.
But if you would say I feel really poor.
I feel really poor. But then if I was ill, I would say I feel poorly.
Okay. Yeah, no, but
So I'm a mixture of 50 million things. Whereas like me,
if you would say like, you know, if you didn't have any money, I'm really poor.
always really skint and always really poor. Yeah.
Okay.
So different. But poor and door, yeah.
I don't know what to put here because you're saying poor and you're saying poor.
Yeah.
When I think of you, I'm sure I've heard you say poor more often, like poor.
Yeah.
More often than not.
Probably. And I would always say, like, as if I'm ill, I'm poorly. Poorly. Oh, I don't know, you know. I don't know.
That's the most northern you went. I don't know, you know.
I don't know.
Oh, I don't know. Take a sip of your coffee, have a little think, and I'll do a little
I
intermission.
feel poor.
Take your time. Yeah, no, I'm done now. The intermission's over.
I put my coffee down.
Okay.
Can we not say both?
Absolutely not.
What's the question again? How do I pronounce?
So, do the words door and pour in your tongue
Door and
rhyme?
as in
I'm really poor. I have no money.
Poor.
Not poor as in like pour a drink.
Right.
It's actually with a U.
Yes.
Not that.
I'm
Poor as in like double O. I'm really poor.
I would say skint, so I don't really know. I'm gonna say.
Or if you're like, oh, that performance was poor. Poor performance.
That performance was poor. But I say poor. I'd say different.
Okay.
Because I say 50 million different words.
Okay. They do not rhyme.
That was stressful. That was.
That was a big one. That was a big one. Let's see where that puts you on. Well, that puts you hard northern.
Okay.
So, okay, are you ready to ignite the biggest argument known to man?
Always.
What do you call a small round piece of baked yeast dough? A bread roll.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Here we go. Right. A bread roll. A bap. A barm cake. A cob. A roll. A muffin. A dinner roll. A softie. A barm. A blah. B-L-A-A. A blah. A bun. A tea cake. A batch. A French roll. A bannock. A cake. Or a bread cake. We're about to fight, aren't we?
I am angry at all of these words.
All of them!
Except for bun. It is a bread bun, it is a bun, and none of the other words apply.
For the listener, we just shook hands because that's what I picked.
Yes.
That's what I picked.
It's a bread bun.
It's a bun. It's just a bun, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just a bun.
You got the chippy, you get chips in a bread bun.
You get it in a bun.
Absolutely.
So the more hardcore Manx would say maybe a barm.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Or a barm cake.
See, when I go to Greg's here,
Or
people
bap,
like
a bacon bap.
yeah, no, I refuse.
So in first year of uni, there was a guy in my class who he was from like Blackburn,
Right.
and he insisted, I mean insisted, that it was a tea cake.
Absolutely not.
Wrong.
No.
Raisins in the tea cake.
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, I'll go to a chip and I'd order a chip tea cake.
No.
No, you would not.
Wouldn't.
No, you would not.
Wouldn't. You're
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So you're only allowed one pick here as well. And your pick is bun.
100%.
That was my pick. Some of these, I've never heard of a softie.
No, I haven't either.
I've never heard of a blah. Or a batch.
A batch.
Or even a bannock.
think I have
Who's just
heard
calling it a
batch.
cake? A
I
cake
know.
is something else.
Yeah, chocolate fudge cake.
Ooh.
Oh, I know. Oh, I
Ooh.
shouldn't have said that.
Ooh. Alright, so we're going to pick bun.
Yes.
Bun. Okay, that puts you hard northeast.
Right.
Well, actually not soft northeast, but it's the only area.
Ah.
It's not like a hard, like a dark red northeast.
Interesting
But it was
that you
it's
picked
the
bun.
only really area. I did pick bun. Because
It's a bun.
I would honestly never, ever, ever use the word barm
No.
or bap or anything like that. I'd just say a bun.
Yeah.
Because I think of like a burger and a burger bun.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I agree.
Alright, so which of these options, if any, and choose all that apply, would you use for, as a general word, for the outer garment for the lower half of the body, which individual leg parts reach into the ankle? So
That was the best description of trousers ever. Love it.
the outer garments for the lower half of the body with individual leg parts reaching to the ankle.
Amazing.
Do you call them trews? T-R-E-W-S.
Trews.
Trews. Do you call them trackies? That's
Trackies are a different
a specific
type of trouser.
yeah. Bottoms,
Yeah. Bottoms.
strides, slacks, jeans, breeches, breeks, pants, kecks. That's quite mank. Kecks, trousers or trousers.
This is
with double O.
interesting.
Trousers.
Because kecks, to me, are underwear. Your kecks.
Ah.
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, to me, underwear is like boxers or trunks or pants or just
Wow.
underwear.
Interesting. No, kecks to me are underwear.
Ah.
Yeah. So I would say, obviously, trousers.
Trousers. So you can pick all that you want.
But
So
trackies and jeans are a particular type of trouser.
I did pick jeans though, because I would just refer to my
Yeah,
jeans.
we'll go trackies as well, because
Okay.
they're
Do
trousers.
you want bottoms?
Bottoms as well, yeah. Your bottoms.
Now, is this just because I'm quite Americanized? I picked pants.
Oh no, pants are underwear.
I've heard you say pants though.
That's just because I spend a lot of time with somebody that is American currently.
I don't know what you're talking about. Right. Do you want to add one? Do you want to submit one of your own?
No, trousers.
Call them
Yeah.
like leg arms.
I like leg arms.
Leg sleeves.
To be fair, yeah.
Leg sleeves. Leg sleeves.
Oh, is it all gone wrong?
I can't even ask you the question without having it be leading
Right.
and start an argument.
Okay.
How do you pronounce that word?
It's a scone.
Does it rhyme with gone or does it
It's a
rhyme
scone.
with bone? So you say scone.
It's absolutely a scone.
I say scone.
Oh, wow.
I would never ever say scone.
I want to say some things to you, but I cannot say it on air. So I'm going to leave that one there.
I would never ever say scone.
But it's not.
Just sounds
it's not
weird.
A scone.
Scone.
It's not. It's
Scone.
No, it's not a scone.
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 Do not go into a restaurant and order the scone. No, it's a scone.
Alright.
Scone with jam.
Scone could be one of those words though where you could maybe do either or depending on your mood.
No, you couldn't.
Because we know the word neither or neither. Or either or either. I can do either or. See? I said neither, but I said either. Either or, either or, neither or, neither or. It's one of them, innit?
No.
No? Okay. So it rhymes with gone.
Gone.
It's a scone.
Oh. Got me angrier than the bread bun, that did.
You've gone hard north.
Nice.
Northern Ireland, Scotland, north of England, Northern Wales, anything that's in the north.
And they're like, yes.
Okay, how do you pronounce... So when you pronounce the words farm, as in like animal farm, and the palm of your hand, do they rhyme or not rhyme?
Farm and palm.
So I said that again?
Farm and palm.
You said fam first time. You went fam and pam.
Farm and palm. Yeah, farm and palm.
They rhyme. Okay, we're getting through. Okay, which of... You've... Just hard England now.
Oh, okay.
Just hard England. Which of these words, if any, would you use for running water smaller than a river?
Okay.
A rivulet?
A beck. I hope
beck.
that's on there.
A beck? A burn? A trickle? A shook? A brook? A stream? A ditch? A dike? Or a creek?
A beck.
I picked stream.
Stream.
Mm.
No, many a time when I was young was spent down the beck.
Was
and
it
that
now?
meant just playing near the little trickle of water.
No brook, no ditch, no creek,
No, just a beck.
no stream.
No.
There is only beck. Right, this is also cause for an argument.
Okay.
Because even me and my mum, who were brought up in the same place, like mum was born like down the road from here, from where we are right now, same as me. I think we might have been born in the same hospital, but don't quote me on that. She grew up in the sort of the suburb across from here, and like very much similar to me.
Right.
And we had different names.
Ooh.
What is the name for the playground game in which one child chases the rest and anyone who is touched becomes the pursuer?
Here we go.
Is it called Tig, Tick, Tip, Tiggy, Catch, Chase / Chases, Had, It, Dobby, Touch, He, Tag, Hit, Chasing, or Tuggy?
What did you and your mum say?
So mum's was Tiggy. Mine was either Tig or Tiggy It. It was never just Tiggy.
Okay.
It was Tiggy It or just Tig.
Right.
So I play Tig.
Interesting.
If I had to pick between Tig and Tiggy It, it'd be Tig.
Right. Okay.
What about you?
Mine is Tig or Tiggy.
So it's the same.
Yeah.
Do you want to pick between Tig and Tiggy?
Tiggy. Tiggy was when I was little. Now I would say Tig because obviously I'm a grown up. But as a kid, when we played it, it was always Tiggy.
Okay. Tiggy. There's a bit of northeast in there. And there's a bit of like
No, it's just random.
Midlands.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, here we go. Which of these words, if any, choose all that apply, would you use to refer to a friend?
Oh.
Bud, chum, pal, man, buddy, butty, bro, Mara, lad, brethren, dude, yesser, mate, or mucker?
Mate.
Mm-hmm.
I would never use it, but Mara is a proper northeast word. But I would never. My mum uses it like in a sort of joking context, but I would never. So not Mara. Bro and pal. I mean, I use bro ironically, and I started using pal ironically, but now it's just part of my life.
Yeah. Same with me with like fam.
Fam.
And G.
Yeah.
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 Thing is, though, when we refer to each other, we use words like boo, which is
Yeah.
more has more of a romantic context.
Yeah.
Not for us.
No.
We just use it.
No, it's just. Yeah, I think that's it. Mate. Yeah, best mate.
Would you use man? Hey, man.
Yeah.
I wouldn't use it to refer to a friend,
No,
though. Like
it's
he's
just
like
in
one, like, oh, my
general.
man.
Yeah, no.
Actually, no, I would. My man Lewis. My man, my
Yes,
boy.
you would.
Do you know what I'm gonna add in as well? Boy, B-O-I.
Boy.
Boy.
My boy.
Boy. Okay. Next. Oh, no, who knows now?
I mean,
Who
could be
knows? Now?
anywhere.
It's everywhere. Okay, which of these words, if any, would you use for being drunk?
Oh.
Bladdered, langured, legless, pished with a H. That's quite Scottish.
Scottish, yeah.
Plastered, steamed, mortal, which is
Mortal.
quite northeast.
Yeah.
Scuttered, smashed, wasted, rat-arsed, very Tory. Steaming, pissed, wankered, locked and hammered.
Mortal.
Mm-hmm.
Steaming.
Uh-huh.
Wankered.
Didn't realise you were Tory.
I think that's about it. Yeah.
Okay. So we're getting through now. You're quite northeastern again.
Oh, good.
How do you refer to your grandmother?
Oh, never as grandmother. That's for
Nanny,
absolutely never.
gran/granny, mamgoo, alright, grandma, gram, nana, nan, mam, and nane.
Oh, that's a good one actually, because I do call my nan Mam.
Mm-hmm.
So one of my nans is Mam, and then also obviously Nan and Nana.
Okay, nana and nan. Do you want mamgoo?
I don't, funnily
No.
enough, mate. No.
Alright. Do you want nanny?
I would have been very, very yelled at if I'd ever called a nanny.
Oh, you've lost the northeastern status.
Oh,
You're quite Welsh now.
okay.
South Wales, Rill.
Wow.
That's you. No,
Suspicious.
no, South Rill is North Wales.
Ah.
Now you're like Cardiff.
Oh.
Right. Which of these, if any, would you use for a young person characterised by brash, loutish behaviour and often low social status?
Oh.
A charver, a smick, a stig, a chav, a scanger, a spide, a kev, a gurrier, a scally, a townie, a lout, a scumbag, a yob, or a ned.
Chav.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Hmm?
Chav, yeah.
Mm.
I do like scallied though. I would never use it, but now that I've moved to Manchester, scally's quite a good word.
Okay. So now you're like almost all of England except for the northeast.
Wow.
How do you pronounce the A in last? It sounds like the A in father, so like last. Sounds like the A in cat, so last. The A in cat, father, and last all sound the same.
Right.
So that'd be like, I think my dad would have done that, so he just said cat, father, and last.
Ah.
Sounds like neither the A in cat or the A in father. So say last.
Last.
It's like cat then, isn't it?
Cat.
Yeah. Last, yeah.
Last and cat.
Penultimate question.
Oh.
How do you pronounce the words food and good? Do they rhyme or not rhyme?
No, I don't think they rhyme.
Ram? Go on.
Don't think they rhyme. Food and good.
No, they don't rhyme. They do not rhyme. So you're on the last question, and right now you're just hard England and hard Republic of Ireland.
Fair enough.
Okay, this could be the game changer, the deal breaker. This could be
Okay.
it, because it's the final question.
Oh.
Which of these words, if any, choose all that apply, would you use for a baby?
Oh, here we go.
A nipper. A bab.
A pub.
A wean. No, that's ween.
Is that Scottish?
That's. Oh, Mum said it was pronounced Wayne.
Wayne.
W-E-A-N.
Wayne, yeah.
Wayne. A bairn.
Ben.
A sprog. A kid. A little one. A baba. A babe. A wean. Or a babby. Also, when I did this with Mum, when I said baba, because I call my dog Baba, she was like, what?
So obviously Ben is one.
Mm-hmm.
Kid.
Kid.
Baba.
Baba.
And what was the last one? Babby?
Babby.
No, I've never used that.
Wian.
No.
Babe.
No.
Little One.
Nah.
Sprog. Wayne.
No.
Bab.
No.
Nipper. Anyone want to add?
No, Ben. The kid.
Okay. So, next. Let's see. Where's it placing you?
Oh, this is intense, this.
Where's it going to place you? I mean, it's put you... Yeah, I mean, northeast.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's put you, like, Middlesbrough, Carlisle.
Oh, wow. Which is not close to where I live, in the grand scheme of things.
I was going to zoom right in, but the webpage...
No, Middlesbrough, Carlisle is not...
I mean, it put you... I mean, okay, so I tried to zoom in and it's just completely broken and started again.
Great, that's fine.
We're not doing it again. But no, it put you like northeast, like hard northeast.
Still interesting.
It was quite
though.
dark. Yeah, but for mine, even though it was Manny, it was still quite sort of like there's a
Yeah.
broad area of just around.
Yes, that's
So-
fine. Certainly very northeast, that's the main thing. But to be fair, I always think that my accent has changed so much from when I was a kid. Because obviously now I hear different accents.
All the time.
Yeah, whereas when I was brought up it was strong northeast.
I enjoyed on Twitter recently when you tweeted something about the fact that the second you went back home, your accent
Oh yeah.
went from like neutral to hard, and a mutual friend replied going, "Hun, your accent is about as neutral as Germany in World War II."
Which is so true, but
Yeah.
I always forget that I'm northern, and then I go home and I'm like, oh, okay, alright.
And then you call me Southern.
You are. When I'm in the northeast, you are a southerner, unfortunately.
No, but
Whenever I step off that train in Durham,
no, in the grand scheme.
I only know southerners, unfortunately.
No, in the grand scheme, I am Northern.
Not when I'm in Durham.
Right.
Not when I'm in does a town.
Now it's time for the customary halftime fight where we take a break
Always.
and
Yeah.
just kill each other.
Always.
So we'll be back
We will.
in a short minute after the new music plays. Did you like the new music?
I did like the new music,
Nice,
yes.
it's all fresh.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll be back after the music, and we'll be discussing Mother Courage of the Exchange, starring Julie Hesman-Halge,
Yes.
and the maddest 90 minutes I've ever experienced, known as Netflix original Abducted in Plain Sight. See you in a second.
Hi guys, welcome back to the podcast. We've had a little mini argument, but things have been resolved and we're back on track.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
He's still fuming, but it's alright.
I don't know what I'm fuming about. Oh, that I'm Southern. No.
Yeah. But he is, so it's fine.
Hmm.
Anyway, it is time now to discuss the most magical theatrical experience we've had in quite a long time. He
No,
doesn't
I'm
look
letting you
happy.
go. I'm letting you go.
Okay, alright. So I've wanted to see Mother Courage and Her Children for quite a while. I found out that Royal Exchange was doing it at least half a year ago, so I've been prepared since then. So essentially it is a Brecht play. Bertolt Brecht is a theatre practitioner that I really like.
Same.
Yeah, he loves him.
Same. Bertie.
Our Bert, yeah.
My Bert.
Yeah.
I mean, my favourite play is a Brecht play.
There you go. You do like him.
I never said I didn't. I'm not taking the mick. I do actually really like Brecht.
Well, for the past 6 months of my life, you've been very enthusiastic about this trip to see Mother Courage.
Because I was never a big fan of Mother Courage as a play. Which wasn't my favourite Brechty play.
Brechty play.
Brechty play.
Well, despite this, we went last night.
And I really enjoyed it. Just BT dubs.
Yeah. I mean, certain people in the audience
Did
not.
Defo didn't. I definitely saw at one point during a scene, one guy was just not looking at the action, and another one was next to him was just reading through the programme. Just I've had enough of
flicking
this.
through.
I've had enough of this. Don't care.
I always love watching I like the Royal Exchange because it's set in the round. What is my words today? It's set in the round, so you can
Go on, use your
also
words,
see
you can
the
do it.
action.
Go on. I believe in you.
What am I saying?
It's fine. Keep going.
Anyhow,
It's not like I've said it.
you can edit all of this out. Cause I
Oh
feel
yeah,
like
no,
I'm
lucky me.
struggling.
Lucky me.
Yeah. So
Keep it all in.
the theatre is set in the round, and essentially you can see all of the other audience members, which in itself is a lot of fun, because if they're not enjoying it, you can just spend the full 2-hour play just sort of
But sure, that means that you're not enjoying it, because if you're not watching the play, you're watching them.
Well, I suppose, maybe a little bit, maybe. But I did really enjoy it. I think I didn't know what to expect. I'd seen pictures of it online. The van.
That's all I expected.
Van was amazing.
Van.
Yeah, Van was a Mr. Whippy, all sort of kitted
arguably
out.
the star of the show.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Van.
I would agree.
The only person apart from Mother Courage herself, spoilers, to not die was the van.
The van's gonna outlive everyone 100%. Yeah.
I want a van.
You want a van? The Mr. Whippy van?
Should we buy a van?
I mean, I'm going to say
no. Should we sell, like, podcasts out of a van?
We could do, you know.
Like, little personal podcasts.
Maybe,
out
yeah.
of a van. You pay us £3 to talk about whatever you want for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
We do it in the van.
How much? We could make a decent amount.
How much is a van? Because my friend, he wanted to buy a bus. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't cheap.
Quite expensive.
What he wanted to do is he wanted to buy a bus and like chrome it up, remove some of the seats and put in a grill and some dining and have like a sort of, you know, like a manoeuvrable mini diner place that he would cook in because he's a qualified chef and that. And I was like, he's like, I'm going to buy a bus. I'm like, how much is a bus? He's like, I'm going to rent a bus. I'm like, how much is it to rent a bus? He's like, I'm going to get a bus, yeah. I'm like, okay, yeah, sure.
Well, I feel like it's going to be on the same mark as a bus.
A van's not a bus, though.
No, true. But also I feel like that's potentially not the way forward.
Well, that's only your opinion.
Like, just because we've seen Julie Hess do it doesn't mean that we can personally.
That's
ourselves.
only your opinion. I want the van.
I feel like she's a much stronger person than we are, united.
Listen, you can pull it.
I'm pushing it.
No, you're pulling.
No.
What? You're pulling it, and then I'm at the wheel, sort of steering.
Absolutely not.
Mm-hmm.
No, there's no way.
Yeah,
anyway,
yeah.
The play was
the
great.
The van. We're not finished.
The van was awesome. The van, yeah, I was not prepared for it at all. And I liked how the van started cool, and it was all done up, and they had lots of things in, and then as obviously the play went on,
some sweet neon.
It did. And then at the end, it was just the bare bones of the van. They had like a tiny little, barely a mattress in the back.
Just the chassis mainly.
Yeah, the sides had gone. The front had pretty much gone. It was just the bones, 100%, which I loved.
The bumper was hanging off.
Yeah, I love an analogy for life and the world. It's great.
Allegory. It's almost like it was a Brecht play.
Almost, yeah. So yeah, I really loved it. It was set in 2088, I believe.
He either said 2018 or 2088. I didn't quite catch which one he said.
Yeah, it was now or in the future, but more important, it was
definitely
modern.
not the past.
Definitely not the past. It was a modern play. So I feel like even if you didn't know the play, if you didn't know Brecht, you could still go enjoy it, which I really liked. It was far more Mancunian than I was anticipating.
Well, that's just because that's just the casting, isn't it? Because it's a Mancunian fair.
Absolutely, but I just
it wasn't set
prepared.
in Manchester. It was set across Europe.
No, true, but it was a lot more strong Manc accents than
Were
I was.
you not expecting people to be like,
for.
"Oh, cocker"?
I wasn't. No.
Bloody piss take.
It really was. Yeah, I was like, oh, this is very, very intense.
There was some Irish.
There was.
There was a Welsh.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Which I enjoyed the little variations.
Mm-hmm. There was a Welsh stripper.
There was.
What more do you really want?
I liked the Welsh stripper as well. I thought she was quite good. I liked her voice.
Yes.
And I loved at just one point in the this is like a testimony to everything that Brecht would have wanted, when the Welsh stripper and then one of the boys climbed up to do their little singing part, and they were sat on the edge of the second tier. The Welsh stripper kind of climbed up and like apologised to the lady that she was about to block, and then turned and then went back into the action. And I loved it. That was my favourite bit of the entire thing.
Yeah, because all the scene changes happened in full view of the audience.
Yeah.
And then, like, they sort of introduced the scene, and then, like, they pointed to a placard that said what the name of the scene was.
Yeah.
And then the scene didn't start until they, like, gave, like, a thumbs up
Which
to the
I
tech.
also loved.
And he was like, right!
He's like, right, ready to go.
But, like, you won't know what I'm referring to, and I imagine a lot of people won't know what I'm referring to, but it reminded me a lot of, this Morecambe and Wise sketch, where, Eric Morecambe is, like, he's trying to play Grieg's Piano Concerto with, like, famous conductor at the time, Andre Previn, and he keeps missing his cue because like he can't see his cue or whatever.
Right.
And he says like at the end, he asks like the conductor if you could like jump up from my cue. And then, like, so Andre Previn like jumps up. Then Eric like stands up piano and just like there's like a massive thumbs and goes right, and then starts playing. I just imagine that's what was in their heads whenever they started a scene. He was like he'd say a name of the scene and then just they turn to the tech like right, and then just go thumbs up and then the scene starts.
Yeah, is that what was in your head?
Yeah.
Full 2-hour play. You were like just smoking on that. Yeah.
Yeah. For like every 20 minutes when a new scene started, I just hear in my head right as he gives the thumbs up, and then the scene begins.
It was a really nice way of, I think, breaking between the action and breaking the fourth wall. I mean, there was absolutely no fourth wall because it was just you could tell that they were in it. What's
the point? Isn't it really correct?
Yeah, no, but I liked it.
I liked the bit where Julie Hesmondhalgh was stood on top of a van that was revolving in a fur coat, rapping under some disco lights. That was my favourite bit.
That was the way that we started the second half, and none of us were ready, but I loved every second of it. And I love a revolving stage as well. I think that the Exchange is such a cool space, because every piece you go and see there, you have no idea what that set's going to be.
Yeah, because like I've seen like loads of different stuff and it's never really looked the same. I once saw Accrington Powers and it was all cobbled.
Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I always forget, I think, what the floor actually looks like, because the floor for this just looked like stone. But then obviously sometimes you go in and they've got wood there, they've got different
cobblestones.
Yeah, it's really cool. I love the little bits of snow.
Yes.
I saw Scuttlers there a couple of years ago and they had full on rain. So it was nice to see them using another element.
There was rain in Accrington Powers as well.
Oh, was there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the rain.
Do you think so? In the Exchange, they've got like little props having near the doors of like former plays. Do you reckon they'll just put the van somewhere?
I hope so.
I hope so.
Yeah.
He's my favourite character.
Like you can't really get to box office because the van's just there. I'd like that.
We should give him like a name.
Right, Van.
Like, yeah, well, Van's a good name, but like you know, like in the Netherlands, a lot of people's surnames are like Van something, like Vander something.
Yeah.
Just give him like a name for like a Dutchman, like call him like Van Dijk or Van der Sar or Van der Vaart or Van Nistelrooy.
Just Van.
Van works, but
because I feel like we're now slightly getting into
Vanellope after Wreck-It Ralph.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
No. He's just a van, and he was a good van.
He's a great van.
And it was just a really, really great play. It was nice to see something so different.
Diverse as well.
Absolutely
diverse,
as well. Yeah, as well. Yeah.
Diverse as well.
The cast were fantastic. Yeah, I really, really enjoyed it.
I've not really added much of this because it's your peak moment. So whereas Spider-Verse was mine, this is yours. So I'm just letting you go.
Me just living in my ultimate Brecht fantasy, to be honest. I loved it. I think they did it really well. And I love the fact that it was so accessible to everyone as well. I was very, very happy.
You happy, pal? Yeah, you having a good time?
Yeah. Another favourite moment was when I told you this last night, was where there was action happening in the middle of the stage and Julie Hess was sort of like off in one of the wings, leaning against the van, just drinking a bottle of water.
Getting her fluids.
Yeah.
Getting her fluids.
A little flicky top. She was just taking some sips.
Getting
watching what was happening, rehydrating, always important in theatre. I loved it. That was, again, one of my favourite moments.
And it wasn't even a moment.
It wasn't even a moment, no. She was just sort of just taking some sips.
My man would definitely be, and I'll take this to the grave, of Julie Hesmondhalgh stood atop a revolving van, rapping, wearing a fur coat under some disco lights.
It was amazing, yeah.
Best thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Best thing I've ever seen.
I honestly didn't think that the song in Brecht could be
a rap
in
a fur coat on a revolving van.
Yeah.
Under some.
But I was also very fearful that she was going to fall through the top, because the top of the van did not look very sturdy. So when she full on stood right in the middle of it.
I never like it when anyone stands on anything in a fair, because I get so nervous that like my body shakes.
Right.
So if I had to, like, there was one point where, what was her name? Was it Yvette, the Welsh stripper?
Yeah.
She had to stand on a barrel. And I was like, I'd fall off that barrel. Me, I can't do, no.
I was nervous about her entire little choreography with the barrel.
Oh yeah, but
when
she was
was
good at
singing
it,
about the soldier, I was like, oh, okay, fair enough.
good at it, though.
She was really good at it, yeah.
She was.
But I was not prepared. I was like, hun, you're going to topple off this barrel. Calm down.
So,
I just loved it, yes. I'm done.
Yeah,
I'm happy.
you're
My
happy.
heart is full, yes.
So, let's ruin that by talking about Abducted in Plain Sight.
Absolute mentalist.
My God, I've never. Do you ever like you know when you watch something, and then like you go what the fuck, but when you go what the fuck, you're like 7 minutes in, and there's another 83 minutes of just pure madness. I just don't understand any of it.
No, me neither.
It's a true story.
Yeah.
So for anyone who's not seen Abducted in Plain Sight, which I'm sure you probably have, there's a family called the Brobergs.
I think so, yeah.
And a family called the Birchtolds. And Bob Birchtold, the dad in the second family, is what could be described as a massive danger, a ultimate nonce. And he like sort of ingratiates himself in the family, and the families become friends. But he takes like a real shine to like the 9-year-old daughter called Jan, and like he like gets like really infatuated with her, and he kidnaps her, and he marries her, and he brainwashes her, and he assaults her.
Yeah.
I just don't get it, you know. And do you know what the worst part of the whole show is?
Yeah.
The parents.
Yes, I agree.
Do you know? Listen, right. I'm stressed because this man.
Don't do the quote.
I'm getting to the quote. No, this man, he kidnaps this girl. Yeah, he says, I'm just gonna take her out, you know, see some horses in the town over, you know, back by tea. Don't worry about it. We're chilling. It's fine. She's like, yeah, just be back by tea. Yeah, do you know what? We're cooking steaks. Back by tea. So he immediately drugs her when he gets in the car.
Of course.
And she falls asleep. They are gone for 3 days.
3 days.
At which, well, do you know what? When they don't get home by the end of the day, I'm already calling the police.
Same.
Boop, boop, boop. Yo, man's nicked my daughter. Right?
Yeah.
That's how I'd say it. I'd be like, 999 or 911, like, boop, boop, boop. Yo, man has nicked my daughter.
Right.
Get here.
Right.
Get to mine. But they don't do that.
No.
In fact, they leave it longer.
They do.
It gets to over the, like, because he came on like a Wednesday or Thursday.
Yeah.
Gets to the weekend. Kid's not here. They've not heard diddly.
No.
Yeah. She gets given a special number for an FBI, like a weekend office for the FBI. And she legitimately says, I don't want to bother them.
Yeah.
I don't want to cause a fuss. Like, you know, it's weekend, it's Sunday. Listen, she'll get home. It's like, no. Ring them. Ring these people. Your daughter's gone. I don't understand. And like, so that he could like get the trust of the parents, he shagged them both. He just like he gets closer and closer to the wife. He's like, he rings up and says, "Oh, can you bring some lunch?" At which point, if I was like, "No, I'm not bringing you no lunch.
Yeah.
I don't bring my own husband lunch. Get your wife to bring you some lunch. Why am I bringing you lunch?" But she brings him lunch.
She does.
And they get closer, and he quote fondles her breasts.
Yes.
And they kiss a little bit, and like, she's like, "Oh, it's thrilling, thrilling." Meanwhile, the dad. Are they both called Bob?
I don't know. You know, I can't remember what the dad's called.
Anyway, Daddy Broberg. Yeah. And Daddy Birchtold. Right. Birchtold turns up to the guy's like work. It's a florist and whatever. And he says, "You want to take a drive?" And he's like, "Yeah, you know what? I'll take a drive safe. Yeah, no worries." They get in the car. They drive off. And they're talking. It's whatever. And then they park up. And then I'm going to do the scene. I'm going to do the scene. How I imagine it went, yeah? They park up. Daddy Birchtold turns to Daddy Broberg and he goes, "I hate my wife, you know." "What do you mean?" "I hate her. I can't stand her, my wife, you know. I'm not getting none. I can't. Do you know what? I'm so frustrated, you know, sexually." How do you mean? It's like, I've not done it in time, you know. Whack me off. What? Whack me off? I don't know. Come come on. Just two dudes. It's not gay or nothing. Wank me off. I'm really not gonna wank me off. Just wank me. All right. Do you know what? Come here. And then he wanks him off. And I just. And he sits there in his chair and he goes, I leaned over. And he sits there in his little interview chair and he goes, I leaned over. And I relieved that man. And then he sits there and he's crying and he's going, and you know what the worst part is? I committed the ultimate betrayal on my wife. Hard cut to her. She's like, oh, bloody great it was. Oh, it did things that other men couldn't do. She was reminiscing. She was looking back fondly. But she was fond of the fondles. She was like, oh, it was great. This man has done unspeakable terrors. And she's like, oh, but the way he touched me. Oh, I couldn't. Oh, my goodness. Oh, hey. Hard cut to the dad. I can't. I just love her so much. And I liked him off. And she's like, I couldn't believe it. Oh, it was great. These parents, you know.
Absolute crazies. Yeah. It's, oh, wow.
And that's not even the start of it, you know.
That's one of the...
He kidnaps this kid. He fakes a car crash.
Yes.
He puts her in a caravan. Mm-hmm. Ties her up. She sort of wakes up. She sees she's restrained. She's like, I don't know. She falls back asleep. He unrestrains her. He plays like a Betamax. He plays like a recording of like some aliens called like Zeta and like the aliens are like, you have been chosen. You're a half alien, half human. You have been chosen to lead on and be the surrogates. And she's like, what's this? Like, you will go into the other room and you will find the man who you are to repopulate with. And she walks in. Surprise, surprise.
What a shocker.
Daddy Birchtold's there.
Yeah.
Like, and it sounds so horrible because she's like, what, 12? 12? It's horrible.
Awful. Yeah.
I felt sick watching it. I was like, oh, this is the worst thing. This disgusting man has brainwashed his 12-year-old to the point where she's going to him. Let's bang. Yeah. For the sake of the human race. Yeah. And I'm like, oh my God.
And the parents allowed this.
Oh, well, they didn't know this was happening specifically.
But they allowed this.
They should have known. Because it's like, you get little interviews with like neighbours who are like, that guy's fucking weird, you know. Yeah. I want nothing to do with it. Meanwhile, the Brobergs
are loving it.
Do you know, and the FBI are like, do you know what? No contact with the Birchtolds. Yeah. And then the mum was like, dinner at the Birchtolds, anyone?
Yeah.
Game night?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, what are you talking about?
He literally just brought her back from having kidnapped her, and the mum's like, do you want to come over for a barbecue though? Are you alright?
Yeah. Like, oh. And then they find him in Mexico. They arrest him. He wants to get married to her.
Yeah. Yeah, doesn't he send a letter to like the parents, like saying, I'm only going to bring her back if you let me marry her, or she's like, I'm only going to come back if I can marry him, or
something like that. And then
so weird.
Yeah, he's arrested. And then his wife comes over and she's like, listen, if you don't drop charges, I'll tell everyone that you wanked him off. And he's like,
cool.
Gotta drop the charges, B.
Yeah.
Gotta drop the charges, soz. So they dropped the bloody charges. And you know what? Whatever. The worst part is, they welcome him back into their home.
Yeah.
Like, Bobby, come on in. Like, he turns up and he says, oh, do you know what? I've got issues. Yeah, I've got issues. I'm sorry. It's just, I've got some traumas. But listen, but then he goes, listen, I've got this therapy, I've got this therapy, and I have to listen to like whale song. But when I listen to the whale song, I have to, and hear me out here. Hear me out. Sit down. Hear me out. I have to be in bed with your daughter. What? No, listen, it's my therapy. It's my therapy. I have to just get in bed with Jan. Whale songs. Nothing more, nothing less.
No.
Don't worry about it. I wish my dad goes, oh, you know what? If it's therapy, go on in, make yourself comfortable. She's already in there in bed now. Snuggle up, get comfy, yeah? Yeah, do you want a blanket? Go on, off you go. What do you mean?
It's not just once, though. If it couldn't get even crazier.
It's like a month and a half, isn't it? Like months. It's like, man.
Yeah.
And we've not even touched on the time he took her to Seattle and drugged her then.
Yeah.
The trampoline.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's just sickening.
It's sickening, yeah.
But she's into it now because she's been brainwashed. So she's like, I want to marry him. Yeah. I want to, listen to aliens.
Yeah.
They're coming for us. She fucks off to a nunnery.
Yeah.
Like, I just...
Absolute craziness.
Right, do you know what the worst part is, yeah? This man is now a convicted paedophile. Who the fuck let him buy a kid's theme park? Who? Where's the DBS?
Where's the DBS?
Where's the checks? Where's the checks? This man was like, yeah, he's a convicted nonce, and he's turned up and gone, yeah, let me buy a water park.
And they're like,
A
yeah.
water park.
They're like, sound.
Oh.
No, I can't even believe it happened.
I have upsetment.
It seemed like one of those, you know, the like little specials that like the channels do at like 3 p.m.
The channels.
And, yeah, all of the channels.
It sounds
Won't mention one.
It sounds like a Channel 5.
Oh,
like
we've gone straight in. Okay.
It sounds like a Channel 5, like middle afternoon.
Yeah.
TV movie
That could never happen, that you laugh at, but
and
it's
you go,
a bit
what
crazy.
the hell is this?
Yeah.
Who writes this?
But,
and then right at the end it goes, based on a true story, and you
yeah,
go, what?
Like, whoa.
Whoa.
Yeah. Which, if I could just sort of like little segue into Dirty John, which is another show that I've recently started watching, just because it is
this
quite
isn't
similar.
a documentary though, is it?
No, this is a TV series, again based on true events. So I'm going to go through it really, really quickly because obviously I've just jumped in. So essentially, a middle-aged lady, she's been married 4 times. She gets divorced again and decides she's essentially going to use Tinder. So she goes on loads of dates and ends up meeting this guy, John. So they have date 1.
Date 1.
She brings him back to her house at the end of the date, just wants coffee and stuff. She just excuses herself, goes to the bathroom, comes out of the bathroom, and he is laid on her bed. And
weird.
She's like, oh, would you mind if we just, went into the living room? I don't really want us in here. It's the first time I've met you. Oh, he kicks off. Kicks off. He's
Drama.
not happy and waltzes, won't leave for a couple of seconds and then waltzes straight out of her house, doesn't say anything, calls her up a couple of days later and essentially apologises. So she's like, right, cool, we'll go on another date.
Right, let me stop you there.
Yeah.
Because I've not seen it. Let me stop you there. You're Dirty John.
Yeah.
And I'm... What's her name?
Diane? Is that her name?
Let's go with Diane.
Yeah.
Right?
Deborah, that's her name.
Deborah, right? You're Dirty John.
Yeah.
I'm Deborah. Ring me up. Ring me up now and apologize. Ring me up. Ring.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi, Deborah. This is John from the other night.
No, I know.
So I know we haven't spoken since the date, but I just wanted to say I'm sorry. Things have been really difficult in my life recently.
Okay.
And to be honest, I've never really expected to connect with somebody the way that I did on that date, and I think it really scared me.
Right.
I've been on a couple of these dates, and the women in their profiles, they're just not the same as what they claim to be.
Yeah.
So when I met you and realised that you are, smart and funny and amazing,
yeah.
It just really shocked me, and that's why I acted the way I did, because I got really scared. Do you think we could maybe go on another date?
Absolutely fucking not. Boop.
And that is how the series should have ended, episode 1. But it did not, everyone. It did not. So I'm not gonna. I haven't finished it, so I'm only up to a certain point. So we'll only get up to that point. So essentially, they date for about 2 more weeks. The family doesn't like him, FYI. In this time, her daughters hate him.
I hate him.
Yeah.
I'm not related.
Yeah.
This man was on your bed and was like, "Yo, let's get down." She was like, "Absolutely not." He's like, "Who the fuck?"
Kicks off.
What?
Yeah.
Well, no.
Yeah. But anyway, they date for maybe 2 more weeks. Then they get married in Vegas. Yeah.
Of course.
They've known each other 3 weeks at this point.
So, hang on. So 3 weeks ago, your man was kicking off.
Yes.
Because he wasn't getting some.
Yes.
He rings her up and he's like, "Nah, soz." And she goes,
"Cool.
Nah, safe."
Yeah.
3 weeks later.
Boom.
Like, I don't...
Absolutely, yeah.
In Vegas, was it an Elvis wedding?
Well, Elvis wasn't there.
What's the point, then?
But
why would you get married in Vegas if you're not going to get an Elvis wedding?
True.
I'm getting an Elvis wedding.
Are you?
No.
Just over here?
No, I'm not.
Oh, wow. Okay.
No.
Oh, decisions.
No, I'm not going to do that.
Decisions. You're
I might
tempted,
do that.
though.
Yeah.
And seeing your eyes, you're like, oh, I'd quite like one, though. Yeah.
But I want to get married to someone else who's dressed as Elvis.
Oh,
wow. I want to get married to another Elvis impersonator.
Right.
By an Elvis impersonator.
Okay.
And I'm also dressed as Elvis.
No, I don't think you should be. I think you should just be dressed normally. I think that would
Michael
be better.
Jackson. Just as Michael Jackson.
Yeah, why not?
Just as Jeff Lynne from the Electric Light Orchestra.
Yeah, do it. 100%. I'm on board with that. That sounds great.
Would you come?
No, no. I'd watch the live stream though online.
There's no live stream.
There can be.
No, you gotta come.
No, I'll watch it and I'll make a little comment.
Can't believe you're not
Happy
coming to my
for you
wedding.
too, XOXO.
Cannot believe you're not coming to my wedding.
It's a bit far though, isn't it?
You're far.
I am far, you're right.
Doesn't make sense.
Nah, it doesn't. I don't know what you mean. But
so Dirty John.
Anyway,
Dirty John.
Just to roll right through it. So essentially, they have to hide the marriage because none of the family likes him. Maybe stretches on for a couple of months, and her oldest daughter has essentially hired a private detective and finds out all of this stuff. So she goes to her mum with all this evidence and essentially says all of these women have restraining orders on him. He's been in jail twice. He's been arrested for breaking and entering, for robbery.
A madhead.
He's an absolute madhead. He has assault charges. This entire list. Get the scroll back out.
If you allow.
Yes.
He's a melt.
I do allow. He is a melt.
He's a melt.
A massive melt.
Danger.
Pure danger, yes. So she decides, well, doesn't seem like a great guy, so we're going to end it.
You're already married.
Well, this is the issue.
Get it annulled? Have they knobbed?
They have.
They've knobbed.
Quite a few times, yeah.
Oh, multiple nobbins.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. But in the meantime, he ends up... Oh, also he's a drug addict, sorry.
Of course he is.
Of course.
He is.
So he has,
Spice?
just general... so he's a doctor, but he's not a doctor.
Dr. Spice.
He used to be like a nurse.
Wait, so he's a doctor, but he's not a doctor?
He tells her he's a doctor.
He's like Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
Or Doctor Who.
So he's told her that he's a doctor, but he's not. He used to be a nurse, and his first wife was also a nurse, but he was stealing drugs from their hospital, and then his wife finds out, and then that's sort of one of the reasons that they split up. But he tells Deborah that he's a doctor, so he dresses in scrubs every day and goes off to work, and she thinks he's a doctor. He isn't. But he ends up with this
he just sat in like the parking lot of a Burger King.
Well, this is the thing.
In full scrubs, just like
we don't know where he goes because he's no longer a doctor, so it's never really explained.
He's out killing.
Essentially, I feel
or
like
shagging.
Yeah,
both.
Maybe.
Ted Bundy.
Oh,
is it Ted Bundy?
No, because Ted Bundy was very, very charming, whereas this guy, Deborah.
He was also a massive murderer.
No. Absolutely.
But the whole point is, because when they came out the tapes, everyone was like, oh, but he's so attractive and charming. It's
that's
like,
the point.
That's the point. That's how he did it.
That's why he was so good at what he did, because he was those things.
He was also a massive narcissist and a bit of a prick.
Bit of a... I mean, to be fair, though, you reach new levels of extra when during your own trial, you stop mid-trial to propose.
Who was that mental woman? I don't...
I mean, and she said yes.
Of course.
Mid his trial.
And a kid.
Yeah, and a kid.
Not enough.
Yeah, mental. But anyway, I digress. Yes, so Dirty John. So he ends up that she's about to leave him, and he ends up with like a stomach problem. He collapses, has to go to hospital.
Leaving.
And well, she does kind of. She moves into a hotel for a couple of days while he's in hospital. Doesn't answer his calls.
No, I mean, leave him in the house.
No.
Keel's over.
Oh, no.
Walk out.
No, hun. So the bit that I am up to, she's just gone back to see him in hospital and has decided, you know what, he gives her this long speech, she's going to get back with him. So the bit that I'm up to in this show, all of these things...
Give me a long speech. You're Dirty John, I'm Deborah. Give me a long speech.
So essentially what he was saying was that the reason his ex-wife has got a restraining order is because she cheated on him. Took his kids away, and essentially he was a soldier in Iraq. I'm using air quotes because he was not a soldier in Iraq. So he is a massive drug addict because of an injury he sustained in Iraq, and he's been trying to fight it, and he's been trying to get better and all of these things, and all of the assaults and the charges and everything, that's not actually him. So essentially...
So here's my response.
Yeah.
Get fucked.
Which would have been, again, a way
Roll
to end the
credits.
series. Yeah, boom,
Roll credits.
done. But no, we've not done that. He's back in the house. He's essentially, air quotes again, trying to get clean. He isn't. So, again, just another thing of this is real life. This happened to this random lady in America. How?
Oh god, I forgot it was real. I forgot.
Yeah,
I forgot that it was real.
Yeah, this is Abducted in Plain Sight levels. Real, actually happened. And and I'm
Is it the
watching
woman
like,
who married
what?
Ted Bundy? Is it the same woman?
Potentially, yeah.
Who hurt you?
Yeah, exactly. I'm just like, but
Who
how?
hurt you? Who hurt you?
Yeah, but the Ted Bundy thing stops his own trial. He's his own defence lawyer and thinks the best thing for my defence is if I stop this trial, triple pause. I'm like, boo. It wasn't a good idea though, was it?
What a prick. Right.
Yeah.
Well, I think we may have come
After
to
a tangent,
a
yeah.
logical conclusion.
Yeah.
We've been going for a little while. I've got
We
to edit
have.
all this now as well.
Mm-hmm.
But we've done the quiz.
We have.
Spoke up with a courage.
Yeah.
Took it in plain sight.
Yeah.
Dirty John.
Mm-hmm.
Had some laughs. Had some fights.
We have.
And now I've got to go edit it all and put the music on
Yes.
and wait 5 days for it to upload.
Yes, of course.
So
Mm-hmm.
we'll be back.
We will.
I'm not going to say when we'll be back because who knows. Maybe this month, maybe next month. What day is it today? The 19th. It's not this month.
Or next month.
It's
Maybe
March.
when I'm back from my trip.
Yes.
Or before the trip.
Also options.
Yeah.
Also options.
Mm-hmm.
Possibly before you get your tooth out.
It would be very nice if before I get the tooth out.
Mm.
Yeah. Oh, it's not going to be a good couple of days.
No.
No.
But I'll have aged, so
You will have, yeah. We're hitting the big numbers.
I'll have presents.
Yes, you will.
Not that big numbers.
Potentially Spider-Man presents.
Definitely. But I won't be that old.
Quite old.
No.
Starting to get up there. Yeah.
Still young.
Maybe internally, but externally. Aging. Those wrinkles. I can see them.
How fucking dare you?
Aging. You ready? Very excited for those big numbers. Bring on March. Woo.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.